Hello, I am Kamiosis. I didn't feel like making a video essay, so I am going to write some kind of autobiography. No one asked this question yet, but I feel like eventually someone will, so it would be fun to make a video about this ahead of time. Plus, I feel like talking about this. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Since I was around 8 years old during 2nd grade, I decided within myself that I wanted to be a chef. Of course, the reason is really silly. It's because I love eating. I wanted to be a chef until I was in 6th grade, where I realized being a chef is not the best thing for me, and my reason for it is not that serious. And I needed something that I'll be more passionate about. During the 7th to 9th grade, I never really bothered myself with what I wanted to be when I got older and graduate. Because during 7th and 8th grade, I was having an academic crisis. I fully realized around that time that I never really liked going to school, and it only went undetected because I was too good at it. I don't mean to brag, but I was seen as the smart kid most of my life. And around 9th grade, I was really suicidal and depressed because I haven't really coped up with my father's death. Whenever someone asks what profession I would want to have in the future, I would say I still haven't thought about it, or jokingly say I want to be a chef. This changed around 10th grade. Around this time, the 2022 presidential election in the Philippines was happening. I heavily involved myself by being politically aware and advocating for the right politicians to win. For the first time, I felt like I was meant to do something. So when I was 16, I decided I want to be a politician. This then changed when I was in my first year of senior high school or 11th grade. I realized if I were to be a politician, it would be impossible for me to do so and still be alive the next day because I cannot live a day next to these corrupt politicians and not speak about their evil deeds publicly. Since I initially wanted to be a politician, I chose the humanities and social sciences academic strand. What this means is that I'd have subjects in relation to social sciences such as political science, sociology, and psychology. And this influenced massively how my life turned out to be. Another thing to note around this time is that I led 4 different research groups for school. That is how I developed my skills and interest in research, which is a huge factor in why my videos are the way they are. Educational and backed by research. All of these things happening in senior high school made me try to pursue psychology in college. Since I am poor as shit, I have no choice but to go to a state university. Looking through state universities that offer the psychology program, all of the slots were immediately filled out. So my only shot was to take the entrance exam in Philippine Normal University. Yes, I was supposed to be a teacher. Even after passing the exam, it was still a gamble since the psychology program there had limited slots of around 40 students. Unfortunately, I didn't pass the first phase of the assessment due to reasons unknown. It was never clarified. I was kinda left with no choice and chose to take the library science program instead, and after that, I dropped out of the university. Even without getting into the psychology program, I was still heavily exposed to psychology stuff because the teaching units PNU offers has a lot of psychology involved in it, especially Prof Ed 2 and 3. This passion for psychology still lingers to this day. I still want to be a psychologist at some point. Unlike most people who are around the same age as me, I didn't really grow up on the internet per se. I only got unrestricted internet access when I was 14 because of the pandemic locking everyone in their houses. Classes had to resume online and my parents were forced to buy me a laptop and get an internet subscription. My channel was created around 2019. It started as a way for me to just upload videos of anything I want. Minecraft, Osu, League of Legends, and Toram Online. I decided to take the YouTube thing seriously because I just dropped out of college, I am recovering from depression, and I have a new PC. When I decided I want to make YouTube videos for real, I didn't immediately land on making video essays. As a matter of fact, I thought I would be a gaming commentary channel. That's why videos like the one where I played Silas support on a streamer's game or the one where I played Valorant but I only use shotguns exist on my channel. The reason why I started making ultra videos every day is a secret for now. That story is reserved for when I actually get a GPU. The video that made me decide to stick to my current style of video is the one where I talk about why we are attracted to tomboys. At that time, it was my most viewed video with around 3.7 thousand views. I thought, holy shit, they're eating this up. This must be good. And I was right. It was good. Although the next few videos after that didn't get as much views. When I eventually remade the style on how my video essays are made, the views picked back up. The first video I made where I switched the video style is this one titled Why Are Pretty Girls Online Often Gay? The reason why I switched the video style is because of the latest video I uploaded. The latest video I uploaded titled Is the Cure to My Loneliness Actually Becoming a Single Father actually was first uploaded 2 months ago. But Kadokawa got angry at me because I used clips from the Made in Abyss movie, so I thought, yeah, this can't go any longer. So basically, I got traumatized from using anime clips, so I stopped doing that. I have inspirations as to why I became a YouTuber and why I make the specific type of videos I am making. First is PewDiePie. I watched him religiously. He made me feel that if he can do it, I can do it. It's that simple. The last thing I need to talk about is why my video topics are the way they are. I usually get comments saying they thought my video would be comedic or joking. Well, That's the intent. There's two YouTubers I watched that inspired me to talk about the topics I am talking about, and they are Professor Lando and Zeno Husk. There's a common theme between these two YouTubers, and it's that the topics they have are around the same niche, and the way they tackle it is in a comedic way. The ending is that my questions never really get answered, but the videos were funny. So I brought it upon myself to make the same kind of videos, but instead of being just entertaining, I also want to be educational and academic. For example, femboys. Everybody talks about femboys. Why like them even? Is it because they're gay? But there's also people who like femboys because they're feminine. Does that also make them gay? Questions like that are the ones I have in mind but were left unanswered. All of the videos I made are about something I have no idea exactly why it is the way it is. I myself learned because I make these videos. An example of this are the topics surrounding the LGBTQ. I talked about how I used to be homophobic because I was, and a way for me to educate myself is through aiming to educate other people as well.